Daniel Miller thought marrying Jessica was the biggest win of his life. He worked 2 jobs to keep her in Brooklyn brunch spots and Wharton grad attitude. But on their anniversary trip to Paris, Jessica dumped him at gate 42 for her bankrupt trust fund ex. Ethan, she kept the ring. Matt, her loser brother, filmed it for his Snapchat story. Daniel boarded the plane alone, humiliated and broke, or so everyone thought. One email changed everything. He isn't Daniel Miller. He's Daniel Sterling, sole heir to a $4, $2 billion empire. Now, the woman who called him unambitious is serving 3 years for stealing his car. The ex is singing to the FBI. And Catherine Hastings, the ice-cold heiress who's been waiting for him since she was 8, is done playing nice. They wanted a villain? They got a king. They wanted a comeback? They got a global wedding. And they'll never, ever get his forgiveness. I'm standing at gate 42. JFK, sweating through a shirt I bought on clearance at Macy's. In my hand, 2 tickets to Paris. Our anniversary. 10 years of taking Matt's crap. My mother-in-law's backhanded compliments about my career ceiling. And Jessica's sighs about how I'd never be enough. Jessica walks back. But she's not alone. She's got that look. The one she used to save for winning arguments in college. Only now, her arm is linked with Ethan's. Her ex, the guy who tanked his own fintech startup and suddenly remembered he had a soulmate in Park Slope. We're not getting on that plane. Daniel, she says, loud enough for the gate agent to stop scanning boarding passes. Ethan smirks. He's wearing a Rolex I pawned my guitar to help Jessica buy him 3 years before we got married. Ethan needs me right now. Unlike you, he actually takes risks. He matters. I'm standing at gate 42. JFK, sweating through a shirt I bought on clearance at Macy's. 2 tickets to Paris. Our anniversary. 10 years of taking Matt's crap. My mother-in-law's backhanded compliments about my career ceiling. And Jessica's sighs about how I'd never be enough. Jessica walks back. But she's not alone. She's got that look. The one she used to save for winning arguments in college. Only now, her arm is linked with Ethan's. Her ex, the guy who tanked his own fintech startup 6 months ago and suddenly remembered he had a soulmate in Park Slope. We're not getting on that plane. Daniel, she says, loud enough for the gate agent to stop scanning boarding passes. Ethan smirks. He's wearing a Rolex I pawned my guitar to help Jessica buy him 3 years before we got married. Ethan needs me right now. Unlike you, he actually takes risks. He matters. I blink. What? Matt appears from behind a pillar, chewing on a pretzel. Jess finally came to her senses. You really thought she'd pick a warehouse clerk over a Wharton grad? Dude, have some self-awareness. A few people nearby pretend not to listen. They're bad at it. My face burns, but I keep my mouth shut. Jessica rolls her eyes like I'm the one being unreasonable. You want to talk? Fine. You're boring. Daniel, you come home. You watch ESPN. You complain about your knees hurting. Ethan's building something. Even if it failed, at least he tried. You've been coasting since we got married. I worked 2 jobs. I say, voice low, I picked up nights at the distillery so we could afford this trip. And yet here we are. Ethan cuts in, sliding an arm around her waist. Babe, we're going to miss the connection to nice. Jessica doesn't hesitate. She turns to him, softens instantly. Right, let's go. She starts to pull away, then pauses, reaches for my hand. I flinch, but she pries my fingers open and drops the wedding band into my palm. Cold, final. Don't call me, don't text, and definitely don't follow us. I'm done holding this marriage together. Matt leans in as they walk past. Enjoy the rest of your life. Loser. Hope the warehouse has Wi-Fi. I stand there, ring in my hand, boarding pass in the other. The gate agent clears her throat. Sir, final boarding call. I should walk away. Keep what's left of my dignity. Instead, I hear myself say, yeah. I hand her the boarding pass. She scans it. The little beat feels louder than it should. I walk down the jet bridge alone. No carry-on. Jessica took the roller bag by accident when she left. Just me, a hoodie, and a ring burning a hole in my palm. I find my seat. 14A window. Jessica's favorite. I sit down, stare at the closed shade. The guy next to me nods. Rough day? I don't answer. I pull out my phone, turn it back on. 97 notifications. Most from Jessica. A few from Matt. One from my dad. Don't embarrass this family. I swipe past them all. There's an email I've been ignoring for 3 years. From an address I don't recognize. Hastings Sterling. LLP. Subject line. Estate of William A. Sterling. Final notice. I'd assumed it was spam. Or a mistake. Some law firm reaching the wrong Daniel Miller. But today, for no reason I can explain, I tap it. It takes a second to load. Then the words hit me like a gut punch. Dear Mr. Sterling, pursuant to the last will and testament of your late grandfather, William Arthur Sterling, and in accordance with the terms of the Sterling Global Trust, we hereby notify you that full control of all assets has been transferred to your name effective as of your 28th birthday, or upon the occurrence of a predefined triggering event, as of 9:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Both conditions have been satisfied. Your current net worth, liquid and illiquid combined, is estimated at $4. $2 billion. Attached, please find login credentials for your private banking portal, as well as contact information for your personal legal and security teams. Welcome home. Sincerely, Margaret Voss, Managing Partner. Hastings Sterling. I reread it. Twice. 3 times. Next to me, the guy's still talking. First time to Paris? I go every year for Fashion Week. It's crazy. I don't respond. I scroll down. Attached PDF. Open it. There's a photo of a man I've never met. William Sterling. My grandfather. The resemblance is unsettling. Same jaw. Same eyes. Another attachment. A birth certificate. Daniel Arthur Sterling Miller. Mother's maiden name. Sterling. Father. Unknown. A note from Margaret Voss. Your mother requested absolute confidentiality upon your birth. She feared for your safety. The trust was designed to activate only when you were mature enough or wounded deeply enough to understand the weight of your legacy. Today, unfortunately, both are true. I glance out the window. The plane's pushing back. Jessica's somewhere on this flight, maybe in first class. Thanks to Ethan's connections. She thinks she's won, thinks she traded up. My thumb hovers over the email. I type a reply, short, sharp, confirm receipt, activate all protocols, effective immediately, freeze all personal accounts tied to the Miller household, redirect business contracts accordingly, and Ms. Voss, I'll be in touch. Hit send. The plane lifts off. I lean back, close my eyes. My heart's hammering, but my hands are steady. Somewhere above the Atlantic, I open my eyes and whisper to no one, let's see how much you matter now. Ethan. I pull up Jessica's contact. Scroll to the bottom. Block. Delete. Then I do something I haven't done in years. I smile. The guy next to me finally shuts up. Maybe he saw the expression on my face. Or maybe he just realized I'm not the same guy who boarded this plane. I'm not Daniel Miller anymore. I'm Daniel Sterling. And Jessica? She just walked away from $4 billion because I wasn't ambitious enough. Wait until she finds out what ambition looks like. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. I answer. Mr. Sterling. A crisp British voice says, "This is Alistair Finch, head of security. We've monitored unusual activity on your former spouse's accounts. Shall we proceed with containment?" I pause. Then, calmly, proceed. Very good, sir, and welcome back to the family. I hang up, stare at the clouds outside. Somewhere down there, Jessica's probably ordering champagne, thinking she's clever. She has no idea that the real trap wasn't the airport. It was her walking away. The plane levels out. I unbuckle, stand up, walk to the galley. The flight attendant looks surprised. "Can I help you, sir?" I nod. 2 things. First, your name. She blinks. Claire. Claire. I repeat. Remember it. Second, I'll take a scotch. Neat. And tell the purser I'll be needing the satellite phone. Now, she hesitates, then nods. Yes, sir. I walk back to my seat. Sit down. Open the banking app attached to the email. The balance loads. 0 commas missing. I lean back, close my eyes, and let the hum of the engines drown out everything else. JFK feels like a lifetime ago. It was. Because Daniel Miller died at Gate 42. And Daniel Sterling? He's just getting started. Chapter 2. The Silent Takeoff. Bloodline awakens, the wheels hit tarmac. Charles de Gaulle. I don't move until the seatbelt sign dings off. Claire, the flight attendant, hovers near my row. Mr. Sterling, the purser asked me to give you this. She handed me a heavy black phone. Sat phone, encrypted, judging by the matte finish. And there's a car waiting at Terminal 2E. Private exit. I take the phone. Thanks. Claire, will you need help with luggage? She glances at my empty overhead bin. No. I step off the plane. No gate crowd. Just a guy in a charcoal suit holding a tablet. No name. Just a nod. Mr. Sterling. Right this way. We bypass baggage claim. Gautois marqué douane accès réservé. Customs guy doesn't even look at my passport. Just waves me through. Your car, sir, the suit says, opening the rear door of a Bentley Flying Spur. Ms. Voss is on the line. I slide in. The scent hits me leather, not new car cheap, but old money worn in. I pick up the receiver. Mr. Sterling. Margaret Voss's voice is clipped. London lawyer crisp. I trust the flight was productive. Define productive. You activated the protocols. Good. Your former spouse's primary checking account, the one linked to her father's hardware supply business, has been frozen pending irregular activity. Her brother's credit cards were declined at a Gucci store in Soho approximately 40 minutes ago. And your parents' mortgage payment, scheduled for tomorrow, will bounce. Deliberately, I watch Paris blur past the tinted windows. How long until they notice? They've noticed. Your mother called the house line in Brooklyn 3 times during your flight. Left voicemails. Shall I forward them? Delete them. Already done. One more thing. Ethan Cole's startup, Verde Capital, had a series a close yesterday. Lead investor, Sterling Ventures. We've pulled the term sheet. Effective immediately. The $2 for million committed is revoked. Their runway ends in 11 days. I lean back. 11 days? Unless someone else steps in. Unlikely. Word travels fast in Sand Hill Road circles when Sterling deal goes cold. I process that. And Jessica? She's currently en route to JFK via Delta Comfort Plus. Middle seat. She tried to expense the upgrade to first class. Declined. I almost laugh. Almost. Send her a message. What kind? Text her from my old number. 1 sentence. Check your bank account. Then call your dad. Tell them the warehouse job is gone. Permanently. Then block the number. A pause. Cold. Mr. Sterling. But effective. Anything else? The house in Brooklyn. Put it on the market. Cash sale. Donate the proceeds to a women's shelter. Anonymous. Consider it done. Your residence in the 16th arrondissement is prepared. Staff have been vetted. And Ms. Hastings has requested your presence for dinner tomorrow evening. She's impatient. Catherine? Yes, sir. She send this. A beat. Tell him if he makes her wait another hour. She'll buy the airline. I crack a smile for the first time since JFK. Tell her I'll be on time. Very good. Welcome home. Mr. Sterling. Click. The car stops. Not at a hotel. At a stone townhouse behind iron gates. Hôtel particulier. The driver opens my door. An older man, in a tailored suit, stands at the top of the steps. Mr. Sterling. I'm Gareth, your major domo. Your grandfather instructed me to wait 28 years for this day. He doesn't smile, just bows slightly. Shall I draw you a bath? Or would you prefer to review the portfolio first? Portfolio. He leads me inside. No chandeliers. No gaudy art. Just quiet wealth. We enter a study lined with books. On the desk, a leather-bound folder. Inside, stock certificates. property deeds, offshore accounts, page after page of zeros. Gareth sets down a tablet. Your liquid assets total $1. $8 billion. Real estate, primarily commercial in New York, London, and Hong Kong, adds another $1. $2 billion. The remainder is in private equity, fine art, and certain historical holdings. I flip a page. Historical? Your grandfather owned a significant stake in De Beers. Pre-apartheid shares. Untouchable. Also, a small island in the Aegean. And, of course, Sterling Global Logistics, the company your mother insisted you work at, anonymously to learn the business from the ground up. The warehouse you worked at? It's yours. The entire Northeast Division. I stare at him. She knew. Your mother? Yes. She and your grandfather agreed it was the only way to keep you safe from interested parties. The Morgenthaus. Primarily, they've been circling the Sterling estate for decades. I lean back. And now, the Morgenthaus will circle differently, with caution, and Catherine Hastings will ensure they keep their distance. My phone, the new one, buzzes. Unknown number. I answer. Daniel. Her voice. Low, smooth, with that Upper East Side edge that doesn't apologize for itself. Catherine, you took your time. Not a question. A statement. I've been watching the flight tracker. You landed 20 minutes ago. Gareth should have had you on the phone sooner. I was busy. Busy doing what? Counting your billions? She pauses. I assume you've seen the Wall Street Journal alert. Not yet. Open your browser. Page 6. Above the fold. She sounds amused. They're calling you the Phantom Heir. I told them to use the Return King, but apparently that's too medieval. I pull up the site. Headline. Sterling Global Trust Services after decades. Anonymous heir takes control. Subhead. Sources confirm warehouse worker Daniel Miller is sole beneficiary of $4. 2B estate. Subtle. I say, subtlety is for people who can't afford to be seen. You can't afford not to be. Now, put Gareth on speaker. I do. Gareth. Catherine says, all business. Is he fed? Does he have a tailor appointment? And for God's sake, tell him to stop wearing those disgusting Skechers. Gareth doesn't bat an eye. Mr. Sterling dine on the flight. I've scheduled Mr. Lure on for 9 tomorrow. And I'll discreetly dispose of the footwear. Good. Daniel, with a navy suit. Not the black one. You're not attending a funeral. You're announcing a resurrection. She pauses and lose the wedding ring. Oh, wait. She took it, didn't she? I don't answer. Pathetic, Catherine mutters. Then, softer, she never deserved your last name anyway. She'll get it soon enough. Just not the way she imagined. What's the play here? Catherine? The play? Darling, this isn't a play. It's a hostile takeover of your own life. Tomorrow, you meet the board. Thursday, we announce the Hastings-Sterling merger, quietly, through the Financial Times. Friday, the Met Gala. I've added you to my +1 list. Jessica will be there. Ethan wheeled an invite through some junior curator. Let her see exactly what she threw away. And if she tries to talk to me, smile. Be polite. Then introduce me as your fiancé. Grandfather's will stipulate the engagement. Remember? Signed when you were 12. I've honored it for 16 years. Even when you were playing dress-up in a warehouse. I glance at Gareth. He gives a barest nod. You've known all along. I say, I've known since I was 8, and your grandfather showed me the clause. He'll need someone who won't pity him. William told me, someone who'll sharpen him. I've been waiting. Daniel, waiting for you to stop apologizing for breathing. Silence stretches. Then I'll see you tomorrow. I say, 8 p.m. Don't be late. And Daniel, wear the Cartier cufflinks. The ones with the sapphires. They'll match my eyes. And remind everyone whose side you're on. Click. Gareth clears his throat. Shall I prepare the guest suite? Sir? Or would you prefer the master? Master? Very good. And shall I forward any remaining messages from the Miller residence? I think of my mother's voicemails. My father's silence. Matt's Snapchat. No, burn the SIM card. All of them. Immediately. Sir. He leaves. I sit alone in the study, staring at the tablet. The numbers don't lie. $4. 2 billion. A legacy buried under a lie. A wife who traded me for a failing startup founder. A family that measured my worth in paycheck stubs. My phone buzzes again. This time, a text from a number I don't recognize. But the area code is Brooklyn. Dan, it's Jess. I saw the news. OMG, I'm so sorry. Please call me. We can fix this. I made a mistake. I love you. I stare at it. Read it twice. Then type back. Delete my number. Permanently. Send. Block. Done. Then I open the browser again. Pull up Ethan Cole's LinkedIn. His bio. Building the future of finance. I smile. Not for long. Ethan. Not for long. Gareth returns. Sir? One last item. A package arrived for you. From your grandfather's vault. He sets a small wooden box on the desk. I open it. Inside, a gold signet ring. Sterling crest. And a note. Handwritten. Daniel, wear this when they come for you. They will. But remember, you're not the prey. You're the hunter now. W-A-S. I slip the ring onto my finger. Fits perfectly. Gareth? Yes. Sir? Get me Alistair Finch. I want a full dossier on Ethan Cole. Every debt, every lie, every skeleton. And I want it on my desk by morning. Consider it done. Mr. Sterling. I lean back, the weight of the ring heavy on my hand. Outside, Paris glows. Somewhere across the ocean, Jessica is realizing her mistake. Ethan is discovering his bankruptcy. And my parents are learning exactly what broke looks like. Me? I'm just getting started. Tomorrow, the world meets Daniel Sterling. Tonight, I sleep in my own bed for the first time in my life. And I don't dream of JFK. I dream of the hunt. Chapter 3. The heiress who never left. First public appearance, my phone blows up at 7:02 a.m. Security details at the curb. Alistair Finch says, Ms. Hastings insists on a joint arrival. She also sent a tailor to your residence. Mr. Lauron is downstairs with 3 options. I'm still in the navy suit Catherine demanded. Tell her I'm dressed. She anticipated that. The third option is a Tom Ford tuxedo. Midnight blue. She says, the navy suit is for boardrooms. Darling, not ballrooms. I hang up. Gareth appears. Mr. Lauron is setting up in the salon. Shall I inform Ms. Hastings you'll be delayed? Tell her I'm punctual. She's early. 5 minutes later. I'm in the tux. Perfect fit. Lauron grins. Ms. Hastings has excellent taste. Mr. Sterling, though she neglected to mention your shoulders broadened since the last measurements. She hasn't seen me in 16 years. Apparently, absence sharpens the eye. He clips a thread. One more thing. She sent this. A small box. Inside, a silver tie bar with a single sapphire, matching her eyes. I clip it on. Check the mirror. The man staring back isn't Daniel Miller. He's someone colder, sharper. Alistair opens a car door. Met Gala. Sir, front steps. Paparazzi will be dense. Ms. Hastings requests you exit first. Offer your hand. And say nothing until she speaks. Sound like a script. It is. Written by Vogue. Directed by Catherine Hastings. The ride to the Met is silent, except for Alistair's updates. Ethan Cole arrived 20 minutes ago. +1 is Jessica Miller, named Miller. I suppose. They're already inside. Matt Miller attempted entry but was denied. No invitation. Inappropriate attire. He's currently live streaming his outrage on Instagram from a barricade. Good. Let him. We pull up. Flashbulbs explode. I step out. Offer my hand. Catherine takes it. She's in a Vera Wang gown, ivory, structured, with a neckline that screams don't touch. Her hair is swept up, diamond earrings grazing her collarbones. She smiles to the cameras, then leans into me. Remember, she murmurs, smile like you own the building, because you do. We walk the steps. Reporters shout questions. Daniel, Is it true you're the Sterling heir? Catherine, are you two engaged? Daniel, how does it feel to be worth 4 billion? I say nothing. Catherine answers for me. He feels exactly as he should, relieved to stop pretending to be ordinary. She pauses, lets the cameras catch her profile. And yes, we're engaged. Has been since he was 12. Some of us honor our commitments. Inside, the noise hits. Champagne pops. Orchestra strings. Gossip humming like live wires. Ethan spots us first. His face drains white. Jessica, beside him, chokes on her drink. Matt materializes from the crowd, still in his street clothes. Dan, bro, what the hell? You didn't tell us you were. Catherine flicks a glance at a security guard. Remove him, and tell the organizers if they let uninvited guests pass the velvet rope again, their sponsorship for next year's Costume Institute Gala will vanish. Guard nods. Matt sputters as he's escorted out. You can't do this. I'm his brother-in-law. Ex, Catherine corrects, ice in her tone. And soon to be legally irrelevant. Jessica pushes through the crowd. Daniel, wait, please, I stop. Turn. Catherine's hand tightens on my arm, but she doesn't speak. She lets Jessica dig her own grave. Jessica, I say, calm, flat. She's shaking. I didn't know. I swear I didn't. If I'd known, you knew exactly who you left at JFK. Catherine cuts in. A man you deemed unambitious. A man whose ceiling bored you. Funny how ceilings look different when they're made of diamonds. Jessica ignores her. Focuses on me. Dan, I still love you. I made a mistake. A huge one. But we can fix this. We can annul the engagement. Annul? Catherine laughs. Sharp. Darling, the engagement was signed before you learned to spell your name. And Daniel hasn't wore a ring since you pocketed his wedding band at Gate 42. Which, by the way, was a Sterling family heirloom. You stole from a trust. Jessica's eyes widen. I didn't know it was. Of course you didn't. I say, because you never asked. You never cared. You saw a warehouse clerk and a monthly paycheck. That's all I was worth to you. But I'm pregnant. She blurts. Silence. Then Catherine snorts. With Ethan's child. Presumably, unless you've mastered immaculate conception in the last 72 hours. Ethan steps forward. Red-faced. That's slander. Catherine, I'll sue on what grounds? A new voice joins us. Martyr Voss, appearing from the crowd like a ghost. Defamation requires falsity. Ms. Miller's medical records. Accessed via the Sterling Healthcare Network. Indicate no pregnancy. Nor has she visited a gynecologist in 6 months. The only thing she's carrying is regret. Jessica looks like she's been slapped. You checked my medical records? Standard due diligence. Margaret says, Mister, Sterling's privacy is paramount. Yours, however, is forfeit. Catherine pulls me closer. Now, if you'll excuse us, Daniel and I have a table to grace, and you have a restraining order to read. Alistair? Alistair hands Jessica a folded document. She unfolds it with trembling hands. Permanent harassment prevention against Daniel Sterling. Sign it, Catherine says, or we'll file criminal charges for grand theft, the ring, remember, and fraud. Your choice. Jessica signs. Tears smear her mascara. Ethan grabs her arm. Let's go. This is a circus. They leave. The crowd parts. Whispers follow. Catherine squeezes my hand. Well done. You didn't flinch. I learned from the best. Dinner is a blur of introductions. Hedge fund managers. Fashion editors. Old money I recognize from the dossiers Alistair prepared. One guy, late 40s. Smug. Leans over from the next table. So the warehouse boy scrubs up well. He says, must be nice to marry into the Hastings fortune. Huh. Catherine sets down her champagne flute. The table goes quiet. Marry into? She smiles, but it's a blade wrapped in silk. Darren, darling, let me clarify. Daniel didn't marry into anything. The Sterling Trust predates the Hastings dynasty by 60 years. And he's not scrubbing up. He's reclaiming what was stolen from him, including, she adds, glancing at my signet ring. His name, Darren Pales. I didn't mean you never do, Catherine says. She turns back to me, voice softening just enough for our table to hear. Ignore him, Daniel. He's still bitter. His father lost a sterling steel contract to your grandfather in '89. Later, during dessert, my phone vibrates. Unknown number. I step into the hallway. Answer. Daniel. My mother's voice. Shaky. Please. Come home. We'll sort this out. Your father, he's had a heart attack. The stress of losing a mortgage payment you never earned? I say, save it, Mom. I saw the medical records. Dad's fine. High blood pressure. Sure, but a heart attack? That's low. Even for you. Silence. Then we didn't know. Daniel. About the money. About William. Your mother made us promise. Made you promise what? To treat me like dirt? To let Jessica humiliate me? To stay silent while Matt robbed me blind? I lower my voice. Here's what's going to happen. You'll receive a certified check for $50,000. Enough to cover Dad's meds and a year's rent. After that, nothing. No contact. No appearances. If I see either of you within 500 feet of my residences, I'll file charges for emotional distress. And Mom, if you leak this conversation to the press, the check bounces. Understand? She whimpers. Daniel, please. I hang up. Block the number. Slide the phone back into my pocket. Catherine's waiting in the hallway. Your mother? Taken care of. Good. She links her arm through mine. Come. There's one more thing. She leads me to a side room. Empty except for a velvet settee and a camera crew. Vogue wants a minute. Just you and me. Smile. The interviewer starts soft. Catherine, Daniel, how does it feel to finally be public after such a long private history? Catherine answers. Feels like coming home. Daniel and I were promised each other before we understood what that meant. But now, we choose it. Every day. The interviewer turns to me. Daniel, after everything, the sudden wealth, the very public split from your previous marriage, how do you feel? I pause. Then, relieved. For a long time, I thought love meant settling, accepting less, being grateful for scraps. But Catherine taught me otherwise. She never pitted me, never looked down on me. Even when I was invisible, she saw me, and now I see her. Clearly, Catherine's eyes soften, just for a second. Then the interviewer wraps up. Last question, any wedding dates? Catherine smiles. Soon, very soon, and it'll be the most exclusive guest list in Manhattan history, except for one person. Who? Jessica Miller. She's not invited. She's the reason we're celebrating. Back in the car. Catherine rests her head on my shoulder. You handle that well. The interview. Your mother. Even Ethan's tantrum. Practice. I say, speaking of practice, tomorrow, we announce the merger. FT front page. I want you to do the interview solo. Prove you're not just a figurehead. I can handle it. I know. That's why I waited. She pauses. One more thing. Jessica's in jail. I straighten. What? Grand larceny auto. She took your car from the JFK parking garage. The one Gareth left there as bait. GPS tracked her to a motel in Newark. Police picked her up at dawn. Bail denied. Judge was a Sterling alumnus. Class of '65. I processed that. And Ethan? FBI raided his apartment this morning. Wire fraud. Securities violations. He's singing like canary, trying to implicate Jessica. Pathetic. I stare out the window. New York blurs past. She really thought she won. She thought she knew the game. Catherine corrects. But she didn't know the rules, or the players, or the stakes. She kisses my cheek. Sleep well. Daniel, tomorrow, the world sees the real you. And Jessica, she sees nothing but bars. At the townhouse, Gareth meets me at the door. Sir, a package arrived. From the prison. He hands me a manila envelope. Inside, a letter. Jessica's handwriting. Shaky. Daniel, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I see everything now. Who you are. What I lost. Please, just one visit. One word. I'll beg if I have to. I love you. I always did. Jessica, I read it twice. Then drop it into the fireplace. Watch it curl. Blacken. Disappear. Gareth clears his throat. Shall I prepare a statement for the press? Sir? Regarding Ms. Miller's incarceration? No. I say, let them speculate. Let her rot in the silence. Very good. Mr. Sterling. Upstairs. I undress. The signet ring stays on. I glance at the clock. 2:17 a.m. My phone buzzes one last time. A text from Catherine. Sleep. Tomorrow. You're mine in every headline. And the day after? You're mine forever. XO, I smile. Set the phone down. Close my eyes. For the first time since JFK, I don't dream of being left behind. I dream of her and the world that's finally, irrevocably, mine. Chapter 4. The unforgivable collapse of the ordinary world. I'm in the back of the car, scrolling through the New York Post's live blog. Miller Trial Day 3. Star witness testifies. Below it, a photo of Jessica in an orange jumpsuit, looking like she hasn't slept since I last saw her at the Met. Alistair hands me a tablet. Ethan Cole's attorney just moved to sever ties with the defense. Claims his client misled him about the extent of the Sterling Capital investigation. Let him run. I say, where's Catherine? Testifying. Sir, courtroom 312. She insisted you watch from the private gallery. I nod. We pull up to 60 Center Street. No cameras this time. Catherine made sure the press was kept at the barricades. Inside, the elevator is silent except for the hum of the security feed. On the screen, Catherine sits at the witness stand, cool as a mint julep in July. The prosecutor, a sharp woman named Diaz, asks, Ms. Hastings, can you confirm the defendant, Ethan Cole, solicited a $2 for million investment from Sterling Ventures under false pretenses? Catherine doesn't blink. He did. He claimed Verde Capital had $800,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Our forensic audit showed $12,000. The rest was fabricated invoices from a shell company registered to his cousin in Staten Island. Ethan's face twists. Objection. She's not a financial expert. Judge Simmons, a Sterling Endowment recipient, class of 78, overrules. Ms. Hastings' testimony is based on direct corporate knowledge. Overruled. Catherine continues. Furthermore, Mr. Cole attempted to bribe a Sterling analyst to alter the due diligence report. The recording is Exhibit 47. The courtroom murmurs. I lean forward. On the screen, Ethan's lawyer, a guy named Goldstein, looks like he's aged 10 years since breakfast. Diaz turns to Jessica. Ms. Miller, did you know the vehicle you took from JFK belonged to the Sterling Trust? Jessica's voice cracks. I thought it was Daniel's personal car. I didn't know it was protected by a federal asset shield. Catherine interjects, which you bypass by using Mr. Sterling's access code, obtained when you removed his wedding ring at gate 42. That's felony theft of fiduciary property. Judge, not just joyriding. Judge Simmons nods. Noted. I watch Jessica's hands shake. She's staring at the gallery, looking for me. Probably. I stay in the shadows. Let her squirm. Goldstein stands. Ms. Hastings, isn't it true you have a personal relationship with the plaintiff, Daniel Sterling? I do. Catherine says. We're engaged. Have been since we were children. But my testimony today isn't about love. It's about facts. And the fact is, Ethan Cole is a liar, and Jessica Miller is a thief. Neither belongs outside a cell. Goldstein tries again. And isn't it convenient that the Sterling Trust surfaced just as Mr. Sterling's marriage dissolved? Catherine smiles, cold. Precise. Convenient? Mr. Goldstein. The Sterling Trust was established in 1947. My grandfather and Daniel's grandfather signed the papers. The only thing convenient here is your client's desperation. Shall I play the recording of him asking Jessica to take the fall for Carr? Exhibit 52. Your Honor. Judge Simmons raises a hand. Enough. Counselor. Ms. Hastings. You may step down. Catherine rises, smooths her skirt, and walks past the defense table without a glance. As she exits the courtroom, she looks up at the gallery. Our eyes meet. She gives a barest nod. Message received. I handled it. Back in the car. She slides in beside me. How'd I do? Devastating. I say, good. Ethan's done. His bail was revoked an hour ago. Judge Simmons read the room. And Jessica, she checks her phone. Sentencing next week. 3 years. Minimum. Her lawyer's begging for a plea deal. But Diaz wants a full sentence. Makes a statement. I lean back. What about Matt? Already handled. He's facing 3 counts of credit card fraud, all tied to accounts we froze last week. His arraignment is tomorrow. He'll plead guilty for a reduced sentence. 6 months. Probably. Not that it matters. His influencer career is over. No brand will touch him after today's testimony. I think of my parents. And them? Your father's pharmacy called. He's out of his blood pressure meds. Your mother tried to charge them to your old credit card. Declined. She's currently at the ER, claiming chest pains. Standard attention seeking. I don't react. Let her. Catherine squeezes my knee. You're learning. Now, one more thing. Ethan's mother called the house this morning. Left a voicemail. Want to hear it? I shake my head. Play it. She hit speaker. A shrill voice, Catherine. Tell Daniel to stop this. Ethan's a good boy. He just made a mistake. And Jessica, she's just a girl. You can't ruin their lives over a car. I'll go to the papers. I'll tell them about the Sterling family secrets. Catherine hangs up. Pathetic. I've already alerted our legal team. Any leaks, and we sue for defamation. She'll be joining her son in Rikers before the week's out. Ich glänze her. You enjoy this. I enjoy justice. She says, there's a difference. And Daniel, justice isn't just punishment. It's making sure they never hurt you again. That evening, Gareth brings me a stack of mail, mostly legal notices, a few invitations. One envelope is thick, cream-colored, no return address. I open it. Inside, a letter, handwritten. Jessica's again. Daniel, I know you won't visit. I don't deserve it. But please, just read this. I think about JFK every night. The way you stood there, quiet, while I walked away. I thought I was brave. I thought I was choosing more. But all I chose was less. Less love, less loyalty, less truth. I see that now. I see you now. Not the warehouse clerk. The man, the heir, the one who deserved better. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm not asking for anything. Just know that I'm sorry. Truly, deeply sorry. And if I could undo it all, I'd choose you every time, even if it meant staying broke, even if it meant staying invisible, because you were never invisible to me. I was just too blind to see. Love. Jessica. I read it twice, then hand it to Catherine. She reads it, lips pressed in. Burn it, she says. No. I say, scan it, send it to Margaret, file it with the divorce proceedings. Let the judge see her remorse is just regret over losing money. Catherine nods. Smart. And Daniel? When the divorce is final next month, if Margaret's timeline holds, I want you to sign the papers yourself. Not a proxy, not a lawyer. You, in court. Look her in the eye when you end it. I will. Good. Because the last thing she'll see before they take her to prison is you. Free, wealthy, and loved. And that's the real punishment. A week later, I'm in Judge Simmons's courtroom for sentencing. Jessica's shackled. Eyes hollow. Ethan's already been let away. 3 years for wire fraud, plus restitution. Jessica's lawyer pleads for leniency. She's a first-time offender. Your honor, a product of poor choices, not malice. Judge Simmons looks at me. Mr. Sterling, any statement? I stand, address the court. But look at Jessica. 3 years ago, I married a woman who promised to love me in sickness and health. Last month, she left me at an airport because I wasn't ambitious enough. Today, she's here because she stole from a trust designed to protect me from people like her. Malice isn't always loud. Your honor, sometimes it's quiet, like a ring dropped in a palm, like a lie told to a gate agent. I don't hate her. I pity her. But pity doesn't pay debts, and it doesn't erase crimes. I ask only that the law do its job. Jessica bursts into tears. Daniel, please. Judge Simmons cuts her off. Sentence: 3 years imprisonment, followed by 2 years probation. Restitution of $47,000 to the Sterling Trust. Bail denied. Marshal, take her away. As they lead her out, she twists back. I love you. I always have. I don't respond. Just turn and walk out. Catherine's waiting in the hallway. She doesn't hug me, doesn't comfort me, just falls into step beside me. Finished? She asks. Finished. Good. Because we have a wedding to plan. And Jessica Miller? She's not invited to that either. Outside, the sun hits my face for the first time in weeks. I don't feel the weight of JFK. Don't feel the sting of Jessica's words. Don't feel the shame of being not enough. I feel nothing and everything. Catherine slides her hand into mine. Come on, fiancé, let's go home. I squeeze her hand. Lead the way, because the past is buried. And the future? It's hers, ours. And no one, not Jessica, not Ethan, not my own family, will ever touch it again. Chapter 5. The wedding heard around the world. Full circle, my phone's blowing up at 6 a.m. Alistair's tone is clipped, the way it gets when he's holding back a smirk. Sir, the Times just ran the full-page announcement. Above the fold. Catherine picked the font herself, but don't, she said, because it looks expensive and doesn't apologize. I sit up. Catherine's already gone, her side of the bed cold. A note on the pillow. Don't eat carbs today. The waistcoat is hand-stitched in Naples. If you ruin it, I'll marry the tailor instead. See, I swing my legs over. Gareth appears with coffee. Mister, Lauron delivered the final fitting an hour ago. Ms. Hastings instructed me to remind you, no socks with the loafers. He's not a banker, she told the atelier. He's a king. Kings don't wear socks. I sip the coffee. Any developments? Several. Ms. Miller's attorneys filed an emergency motion this morning seeking temporary release to attend the ceremony. Judge Simmons denied it within minutes. The opinion is 2 sentences. Denied. The defendant is where she belongs. He pauses. Also, Mr. Matt Miller was released from Rikers at 5 a.m. He's currently trending on X. #WarehouseBro is at 40K posts. He gave a sidewalk interview to a Daily News reporter. Would you like the transcript? Read it. Gareth clears his throat. I just want to say, I was wrong. Okay? Dan's not a loser. He's a legend. And Jess? She messed up big time. But yo, Dan, if you're hearing this, can I get a +1? I'll wear a tie. I swear. I almost choke on the coffee. Tell Alistair to flag every platform. If that video hits the wedding live stream, I want it cut. Permanently. Already done. Sir, Ms. Hastings anticipated it. She's also instructed the cathedral security to eject anyone wearing sneakers. Or, as she put it, anyone who looks like they still use Venmo. By noon, the townhouse is a war zone of stylists, florists, and a very tense priest from St. Patrick's. Catherine sweeps in at 1 p.m., already in her gown, Vera Wong. Ivory, the kind of dress that makes people forget how to breathe. She doesn't look at me, just points at my tie. Straighter, she tells the stylist. Then to me, you look acceptable. Turn around. I do. She adjusts my cufflinks, the sapphire one she sent. Remember, she murmurs, low enough only I can hear. When the priest asks if anyone objects, smile. Let them see you're not afraid. Let her see it. She won't be there. She'll be watching. They always do. Catherine steps back, surveys me. Good. You clean up like you were born to it. Now, one more thing. She hands me a small velvet box. Inside, a wedding band. Platinum. Simple. Engraved inside, W.A.S. 1947, your grandfather's. He wanted you to have it today. Margaret found it in the vault. I closed my fingers around it. Thank you. Don't thank me. Thank him. And Daniel, when you put this on my finger, mean it. No ghosts. No JFK. Just us. Just us. The car ride to Fifth Avenue is a blur of sirens and blocked-off streets. Alistair rides shotgun, rattling off updates. Live streams at 2. 1 million viewers globally. CNN, BBC, Sky News, all carrying it. Prison officials confirm Ms. Miller is in the common room, watching on a state-issued tablet. No audio allowed, per facility rules. And Matt Miller is currently being escorted from the perimeter by NYPD. He tried to climb a light pole for a better view. I don't respond. Just watch the cathedral loom ahead. The steps are packed. Press. Tourists. A sea of faces held back by barricades. As we pull up, the roar hits even through the tinted glass. Catherine exits first. The flashbulbs explode. She pauses, turns, offers her hand. I take it. The crowd noise dips for a heartbeat, then surges. Someone shouts, "Daniel, look over here." Another, Catherine, is the ring a sterling diamond. She ignores them, leans into me, stage whispering just loud enough for the mics to catch. Smile, darling, the world's watching, and she's listening. We ascend the steps. Halfway up, a reporter shoves a microphone forward. "Daniel, any message for Jessica Miller?" I stop, look directly into the lens. Yes, I hope the reception's clear today, because this is what choosing wrong looks like. Then I turn, offer Catherine my arm, and keep walking. Inside, the cathedral is hushed, vast, fragrant with lilies. We move down the aisle, slow, deliberate. Faces blur. Margaret Voss, Alistair, Gareth, half of Manhattan's power brokers. No one from my old life. No Millers. No Jessica. The priest begins. Standard vows. Then, if anyone present knows a reason these two should not be joined in matrimony, speak now, or forever hold your peace. Silence. Catherine squeezes my hand. I let the silence stretch. 5 seconds. 10. Let it echo. Let her hear it in her cell. Then I say, clearly, no objections. "Father, proceed." Catherine's smile is tiny, triumphant. We exchange vows, hers practiced. Sharp, mine simpler. I love wrong once. I won't make that mistake again. You're my choice. Every day, from now on, she slips the ring on my finger. I slide my grandfather's onto hers. The priest declares us married. We kiss soft, brief, but the cameras catch it, and the sound from outside is thunderous. Afterward, the reception at the Met Cloisters. Open bar, string quartet, a cake that cost more than my parents' house. Catherine drags me onto the terrace, away from the crowd. Below, the Hudson glitters. "Well?" she asks. "Well, what? Did it feel like closure?" I think of Jessica, of JFK, of the ring in my palm. No, I say, closure implies it mattered. It didn't. Not really. Today isn't about her. It's about us. She kisses me then, harder, longer. When she pulls back, her eyes are bright. Good answer. Now, one more thing. She nods toward a waiter carrying a tray of champagne. Drink. Enjoy it. And tomorrow, we start the rest of your life. CEO of Sterling Global. Chairman of the trust. My husband. And Daniel, this time, when you board a plane, I'm coming with you. I take the glass, clink it against hers. To new flights, to new worlds. Later, Alistair finds me by the fireplace. "Sir, final update. Ms. Miller's sentence was upheld on appeal. 3 years. No parole. Matt Miller deleted his social media and moved to his girlfriend's mother's basement in Staten Island. And your parents, they've stopped contacting the house. Last known address, a rental in Queens. No forwarding number." I nod, and Ethan pleaded guilty to 3 additional counts this morning. 7 years total. His mother's threatening a tell-all book, but our legal team has a gag order ready. She'll be silent. I drain the champagne. Good. Alistair hesitates. "One more thing. Sir, a letter arrived. No return address. Hand delivered to the gate." He hands me an envelope. Inside, a single sentence. Typed, "You won, but I'll always remember Gate 42. I don't need to ask who it's from. I walk to the fireplace. Drop it in. Watch the flames curl the paper. Blacken it. Turn it to ash. Catherine joins me, sliding an arm around my waist. Her last word? Her last word. Let it burn. She rests her head on my shoulder. You know what the best part is? What? She'll spend the rest of her life wondering if you ever thought of her again. And you? You'll spend it not wondering at all." I pull her closer. Exactly. Outside, the city hums. The live stream's ended. The headlines are written. The world knows Daniel Sterling's name. But here, in the quiet, with Catherine in my arms, I remember the man I was at JFK, alone, discarded, humiliated, and I smile because he's gone. And I'm not the man she left. I'm the man she'll never touch again. And that's the real victory. Epilogue. 1 year later, I'm in the Hamptons, reading the Wall Street Journal. Catherine's beside me, flipping through Vogue. My phone buzzes, a Google alert. Jessica Miller released from Bedford Hills. Sources say she's seeking quiet life in upstate New York. I delete the notification. Look at Catherine. She's smiling at a photo of us in the Bahamas. Our honeymoon, 3 months after the wedding. She's out. I say, "Good." Catherine replies, not looking up. Let her be quiet. We're loud. I lean over, kiss her forehead. Agreed. Below the article, a sidebar. Sterling Global posts record $12 billion year. CEO Daniel Sterling credits patient capital and a supportive wife. Catherine snorts. Supportive. That's one word for it. I laugh. Pull her closer. Watch the waves roll in. Gate 42 feels like a lifetime ago. And the man who stood there? He's not just gone. He's forgotten. And that's exactly how I want it.